So earlier this year, Coker Expo installed a HP Latex R2000 Plus at its site in Hook in Hampshire as a prequel to launching HueBox, a new animated lightbox system. Bet that's piqued your interest, it did mine. So today I'm talking with company owner and CEO Ashley Coker about that diversification and what part the new HP Latex printer is likely to play in Coker's development going forward. Morning, Ashley.
Hi, Lesley. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Might as well launch straight into it then. I mean, in April, you told us that you'd installed this new HP Latex R2000 Plus as a necessary tool, really, for this new project, the launch of HueBox. So before we talk about the significance of the new printer in sort of the strategic move, can you just outline for us exactly what HueBox is and how it came about?
Of course, Lesley. Yeah, thank you. So basically, HueBox is like a separate brand. It's not to do Coker Expo is like a primary reseller of it at the moment. But HueBox itself is a new innovative way of looking at light boxes. Obviously, light boxes have been around for a number of years, but it's less common to see animated dynamic light boxes over in the UK. It's more, if you go to Asia, you see it much more often. It's something that's coming more into the UK, but we like to be a bit more subtle. So you can see there's one with an Aston Martin on there flashing behind me. You probably wouldn't see it with all that, flashing and buzzing. Looks good for camera here, but when you have like subtle effects that come through that fabric, it looks absolutely phenomenal. So HueBox is a different take on what you might consider a light box to look and feel like. And, we work with HueBox, if you excuse the phrase, to turn on attention, sort of moving static images, bringing them to life, fully dynamic. We can have multiple boxes in different arrangements. You can have little ones, big ones, all connected together to bring a sort of experience to life, really. And when you get the animation working in unison with the fabric image, which is obviously printed on the R2000, it really does create something new and special that we're hoping will try inspire retailers, as they bounce back out of COVID, etc. So that's a bit about HueBox.
Well, I presume that on the printer front, I mean, obviously, I presume you've got an array of large format kit over at Coker. So tell me, why did you plumb for the HP Latex R2000 Plus and why it was crucial in terms of the HueBox project?
Yeah, good question. So yes, we've actually got quite an in-depth history spanning back all the way back to the photographic industry, where quality was paramount. You're talking, actually exposing film and using a chemical process to do print what nowadays we do on the R2000. That was maybe a more romantic time for large format printing, but quality,
well.
Yes, exactly. Quality is embedded in the way we look at everything. So having the widest color gamut on the market is actually critical for us, because as we do things from printing hue boxes to rigid substrates, we're always looking for the color. Obviously is critical. And just the largest gamut, do you know what I mean? Obviously the ease of use that the HP Latex brings. So I think it complements our other printers, but it's very versatile. It's got the internal print server, machine on this, so it's always extra steps to check from the rip to the printer to the finished product. You've got good process behind the printer as well. So it just fits really nicely into a modern way of working.
Can I ask you about the environmental considerations then? Because I know that's sort of a key focus over at Coker Expo, and obviously the green credentials of HP latex technology well known. Can you just expand upon that for us in terms of how it fits in with your ethos?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is something that's personally for me is quite important as well. Obviously, looking at the environment, I have young children. I don't want to leave a world where, worse off for them than it is for myself. And obviously, we're just coming out of a pandemic in the UK, at least. The rest of the world, COVID cases are increasing globally still. And I just think, obviously, everyone's going to be much more aware of the environment in the new world, and HP is already there. They've done the work to bring us the eco-friendly inks. So as soon as as a new business owner, someone that's taking not only Coker Expo, the partnership with HueBox in new directions, being able to tick the environment checkbox, shall we say, but not just check it, but actually mean it, in everything that you do. It just not only feels good, but it means we can, please our customers who, are obviously asking about this now. And the eco guards, the eco logo credentials that the printer brings is absolutely phenomenal. Being able to put that eco logo certification on our printed products is a huge statement that we're certified to reduce the environmental impact, that in an industry that, let's be honest, isn't known for being the most environmentally friendly. So it's very important that we do our bit. And with the Green Guard protection also, our print operators are protected, unlike with other print technologies. So it really does tick all the boxes. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you expect the new latex printer to be 100% devoted to the HueBox work, or is there an intention there to use it for other applications within Coker?
Well, absolutely, intention is to just be printing HueBoxes on this, but obviously what the work we're doing with HueBox is ongoing, and as that ramps up, there's obviously plenty of room for other products to be coming out of the printer. Maybe one day we end up with a second printer, who knows. I think a large percentage of the print work will be HueBox, but obviously with our we actually have a software background, and I actually have a software background, and we're looking to bring some innovative new ways of getting artwork through printer to customer, with minimal fuss. So trying to put that customer experience first, not just the product experience, but the customer experience. You can see behind me, there's a Spider-Man printed door. We've got the HueBox. We've got our suspended light boxes here. So absolutely, we're looking to do a load of different rigid substrates that the printer supports. We're still learning. We've obviously tested a whole range of media now. We're just doing big acrylic job later on. But it's like, I'm really keen to what can I put through this thing that I haven't tried already? I'm really excited because seeing the quality that's come so far, it's exciting stuff.
So, given the fact that you're obviously expanding your applications range there and with this diversification, what kind of ROI are you expecting on that new latex machine? And what is that most dependent upon in today's market?
Well, I think post-COVID, it's hard to tell exactly when we're going to be back up at 100%, because I know the UK has done a phenomenal job in its vaccination rollout, but other countries aren't quite there yet. And obviously Coker Expo, the clues in the name, exhibitions, that's we're not going to see a lot of international visitors that we might have seen. So it's hard to tell from a market perspective exactly when we're going to be back at 100%. But certainly the printer is a workhorse, a new workhorse, one of our, that we're looking to for the future. And we've used this time to really invest and not sit still and actually, take our time. And it's actually been, one of the benefits of COVID has been like, there is a bit of a luxury of time, because whilst customers are knocking on the door asking, when's our print work? Can we have this done? Can we have that done? And, trying to please them every 5 minutes, which is obviously what we love doing. We've actually had the luxury of time. And so we've been able to really do the R&D and sit there and go, do you know what? This is the right choice. We know that. We didn't spy it, and we did take our time to look at the whole printer market, which is it's big, it's technical, and HP with the R2000 came out top. So we were really looking to let everybody know that we've got one of these bad boys installed, and we can really we can really come out strong on the other side of the pandemic.
I mean, I wish you all the best. I think everybody's just hoping now to knuckle down and use some of the R&D time that they've invested to try and get onto a, you know, a good footing.
Well, the good news is we're starting to see things open up now. You know, we're seeing that the phone's ringing again. You know, it's really starting to turn a corner. You know, I've always been a believer in sort of first to feel it. You know, we're quite, you know, in the exhibition trade, always, you know, quite finger on the pulse in terms of what's going on. But as we look to move into like retail, etc., really hoping to support some of those big retailers, you know, opening back up with a new experience as the retail sector moves more toward experience-led sales, you know. So that's what we're
talking about for a long time. Hopefully, will actually happen.
Exactly, and I think we've got, you know, we've got the product and we've got the capability to be able to really, you know, really be in the right place at the right time for our customers.
Lovely. Well, thank you very much for your time. Obviously, you've got a lot going on, so I hope to talk to you again soon.
Okay, thanks, Lesley. That's absolutely great.
Thank you.
Have a good day.